Right, guys, welcome to Teach Me Now, and we're going to do grade 12 financial mathematics, and this comes from the prelim paper that was just written. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, a survey conducted in December 2015 determined that 5.7 million South Africans were living with HIV. The researchers used a model of exponential growth to predict that there will be 6 million people living with HIV in December 2022. Calculate as a percentage the annual rate of increase that the researchers used for the 7 years. Okay, so I want you to think of this as money. So in 2015, you had 5.7 million that you invested. In 2022, the outcome was 6 million. So your P would be 5.7 million. And then remember, we are looking for the interest rates. In this case, we are looking for the annual rate of increase. Okay, and we have N is 7. Remember, our A is 6 million. Okay, so first step is to divide both sides by 5.7 million. So the zeros would cancel out like this. So you'll be left with 60 over 57 equals to 1 plus I to the power 7. Then what you want to do to isolate this bracket, you take the root of 7 both sides, and this should give you root 7 is equals to 1 plus I. Now we want I to be alone, so we have to transpose this one and bring it to the other side. And remember, when we do transpose, the sign will change to become a negative. So due to space, I will just remove what I have here. So this is going to be like this. And this should give you that I is equals to 0.00735. Now, remember that your rate is, your I is given by R divided by 100. So now we are looking for R. So to get R, we would have to multiply I by 100. So R is equals to 0.00735 multiplied by 100. And this should give you 0.735%. Okay, now Shimi wants to invest 4 million into an account earning interest of 6% per annum compounded monthly. Remember, when they say compounded monthly, we divide the I by 12 and multiply N by 12. She withdraws 30,000 per month. Her first withdrawal is exactly 1 month after she deposited the 4 million. How many withdrawals of 30,000 will Shimi be able to make? Okay, now remember, when we talk about withdrawals, you should automatically think about the present value formula. And this is one thing that a lot of learners confuse. So here are the tips. If they're talking about a withdrawal, so if they say withdrawals of X rands per month, you think about the present value formula. If they say a person is investing X rands per month, you think of the future value formula. If they say a person takes a loan, you think of the present value formula. Okay? Okay, so our present value is 4 million, and then the person withdraws 30,000 per month. Our interest is 6%, so remember 6 divided by 100. But now since it's compounded monthly, we further divide by 12, and this should be 0.06 over 12. And then we do not know what our n is, divided by 0.06 over 12. Now, when you get here, it's just basic algebra. So you're going to multiply by this both sides and divide by the 30,000 both sides to have the square bracket alone. So it's going to be 0.06 over 12 multiplied by 4 million divided by 30,000 equals to 1 minus 1 plus 0.06 over 12 negative n. Okay, and now as you can see, our bracket is negative. So what we want to do, we're going to take this one, this side, so we're going to transpose that. But now the bracket won't be isolated. So this means you have to take this one this side. And since this is negative, if we take it that side, it's going to be positive. And this one, if we take it to the other side, it's going to be negative. So you're going to have okay, now you have to remember your logs. So remember, if you know how to find the inverse function of an exponential function, you should know that you will get to a point like this. And then when you get to a point like this, you're going to have y is equals to log a of x, right? So now, looking at this, you can clearly see that y is negative n in this case. And our a, which was the base, is the base of the log. So you can see that this is that. And our x would just be the whole case, which is over here. So now, to solve this, we're going to say negative n, which is our y, equals to log of a, which is this bracket, and then okay, now this should give you negative n is equal to negative 220.27, and you divide both sides by negative. So we can see that the person will make 220 withdrawals. Okay. Okay, so now how many withdrawals will Shimi be able to make if she changes the amount withdrawn per month to 20,000? Okay, so as you can see, this will be the same working out as what we have over here. So we can just take it from this point But now remember, for the 30,000, we're going to have 20,000. Remember, we're going to have 20,000. Now, if you go ahead and punch this into your calculator, you're going to get a 0. So if you try to get the log of this, you're going to have negative n is equal to log of 0. But now, with logs, this cannot be negative over here. We cannot have, cannot be less than or equal to 0. So this is undefined. So this means that you would make an infinite amount of withdrawals. So basically, what happens is that, let's say you invest 20 rands and you want to make withdrawals each and every day. So now you have this 20 rand, and the next day when you wake up, it's going to be 40 rand, and you withdraw 20 rand. So now you're left with the same 20 rand again. The following day, it's going to be another 40 rand, and you take 20 rand. So as you can see that each and every day, you keep on withdrawing this 20 rand, but when you wake up again, you have 40 rand and you're going to take 20, which will then make 40 again, and you take 20. So as you can see, you can do this until you pass away. Okay, let's go to 7.30. And we are told that Astrid opens a savings account with a single deposit of 1,000 on 1 April 2022, and then she makes 18 monthly deposits of 700 at the end of every month. Her first payment is made on 30 April 2022 and the last payment on 30 September 2023. The account earns interest at 15% per annum, compounded monthly. Determine the amount that should be in a savings account immediately after a last payment, a last deposit is made on 30 September 2023. Okay, so let's first account for the single deposit. I'm going to use this formula, the compound formula, because the interest is compounded monthly. So she put in 1,000 at 15% divided by 100, but because it's compounded monthly, you divide it by 12. So this is going to be 0.15 over 12 to the power of 18. Okay, and if you punch this into your calculator, you should get 1,250.58. Okay, now let's account for the monthly money that she has been putting into this fund. So remember, this is an investment, so we go to the future value formula. Sorry, I'm thinking about the present value. Okay, so now we're gonna have 700 for the monthly deposits. Our interest is still 0.15 over 12. for 18 months. Okay, and then if you punch this in, you should get 14,032 rand 0.33 cents. Okay, now what you should do at this point, you add these two amounts. Okay, so the final amount is given by the sum of the two. And this should give you 15,282.91. Okay, thanks.